Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to The Sims 4. Welcome back to a room build. This one's a little bit weird. This is one of those I spent too long last night scrolling Instagram and saw a whole bunch of pretty kitchens and then, had to do something about it. So this kitchen, the idea of it is it was like maybe a sun porch that got turned into a kitchen. Like it's maybe a remodel. So it's meant to look like a sun porch that has all of the kitchen accoutrement, and it's supposed to look like the outside of a building that got added onto, but it's a kitchen, and I think it turned out super cool. I really love the clutter on the shelves that you'll see. I really love the brick. I love the more modern appliances against the more rustic feel. There's a table in here, but it's not meant to be used. It's meant to be just stacked up because there's a ton of plants, because this was a sunroom and I wanted to keep it going as such. It took a while to pick out the brick. I honestly don't even remember which one I settled on. And then it took a little bit of time to figure out some of the things like lighting and stuff, because obviously the roof was glass. It honestly took forever to figure out the beams, which you'll see near the end, because I realized I needed something to hang the lights off of for the roof. But I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I think it turned out so amazing. And to be honest with you, I kind of want to build like a whole house based on it, but I'm not really sure what that would look like, because what kind of house would you have where you ended up moving the kitchen to the sunroom? I'm not really sure. So we'll have to think about that one. But I just think it was so much fun to build. And it's one of those rare moments where it was simultaneously so fun to build, and it came out how I was imagining it in my head, or very, very, very close to. It took a while, but very, very close to. And I just, it's one of those builds where I made family members come in and look, because I am, a kid at heart. I was like, look how pretty my kitchen is. And they were like, where's the rest of the house? And I was like, well, you see, there isn't a rest of the house. I just built the kitchen. But no, I really think it turned out super awesome. And it does have the stuff for an animal, like a cat or a dog. I was kind of thinking dog in this particular case, but I don't think I did anything that specifically says dog. I mostly just wanted to use the treats. So then I was like, well, a dog clearly lives in this house because there's jars of dog treats. I'm trying to think, does this use any of the new stuff from the login event? I don't believe so. I think I finished this up really before the login event kicked in. And it also just occurred to me, I don't think there's actually a trash bin in this kitchen. So you would have to potentially add that. Although, personally, I don't think it's the end of the world to not have a trash bin in the kitchen in The Sims. In real life, absolutely the end of the world. In The Sims, not so much. It's okay. We'll live. But you might want to add one if that impedes your gameplay. With the login event, I have been trying to state when I'm using that stuff right now, because I have mixed opinions on the login event. I have talked about this at length, and I probably either speed build coming up right before or right after this. I'm not sure what order they'll go up, so I won't bore you with it again, other than to say I have mixed feelings. I love what they gave us. They gave us good items, but I think it could have gone a different way. That's all I'll say on this particular build. But I don't think I'm trying to remember offhand. I used about 1 billion packs, to be clear. This is not an easily downloadable room. This was more for the vibes, if you will. But I don't think I used any of the login event stuff. I don't think the login event had really strongly kicked off yet at this point. It took me a while to get these shelves to line up, and then I think I fiddled with them 3 or 4 more times too. I was just trying to get the vibes right. I knew I wanted a big work table in here, but I didn't want it to be a place where the Sims actually sat. So that's a console, so they won't sit at it. And that is a bench. I put stuff on it. They may still sit on it. I don't really know what to do about that. You just kind of have to not let them, I guess. Or let them. I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's meant to look like a work table. It's meant to look like a potting table. And then I spent a really long time trying to figure out how to make it look like that vine was actually growing from somewhere other than the floor. Middling success. I'll be honest with you. Middling success. We come back to it. Enough. It looks enough that you can kind of get away with it. If you squint, you close one eye, and then you close the other eye, and then you continue to squint at it. For those of you who have been following along, I've been talking about the fact that my grandma is turning 80, and I'm throwing her a surprise party on and off, and how excited I was about that. Well, that finally happened a couple days ago, and it went so well. She was so surprised. We were able to get her siblings in town. One of her siblings she hadn't seen in about a decade, and one she hadn't seen since before the pandemic. So we were very excited to do that. I am exhausted. I started that day at 5 a.m. and I didn't get to bed till after midnight. So I was pretty much dead on my feet yesterday. And while I'm a little bit less dead today, definitely still looking forward to curling up with a cozy game. I've been playing Octopath Traveler 2 a little bit. And I've been playing a little bit of, I can't remember the name of the game. It's like Rolling Hills Sushi something. It's a Game Pass game. It's really cute. It's about a little robot who makes sushi. I'm really enjoying that one. It's a really lovely take on a restaurant manager, because usually I don't enjoy restaurant managers very much. I don't enjoy the like speed aspect, but in this game, the speed aspect is really only a part of it. So I've been really enjoying that as well. But the point is, it's just curling up quietly with video games. I've not been avoiding my responsibilities like it's my job, which has been really nice. I'm glad I took the extra day off work though, because if I had tried to go back and start my work day at 6, which means getting up at 5 after going to bed after midnight, I think I would have been dead on my feet. I probably would have made big old mistakes. But it went so well, you guys. I'm so pleased with it. And now I am spending today trying to catch up on things a little bit, because I have a wedding and a festival tomorrow and a parade and all kinds of things I have to do tomorrow and that I am a part of. It is a crazy Saturday, so that's why we're recording today. But I just wanted to give you an update. My grandma was so happy. Only, 6-ish months of work, and she was so pleased, and I'm so pleased that she's so pleased, and I'm so glad everyone got to hang out. And they got to see each other. Now it's my mission in life. Now I've decided, they can't go another 10 years without seeing each other. So I'm like, we have got to figure out how to get those siblings back together. I can't imagine not seeing my sibling that long. Christian and I talk almost every day. Well, there's very few times where we don't hang out at least a little bit, or chat a little bit, or do something together a little bit. I would miss my siblings so much. I'm very lucky to be very close with my sibling. But here you can see I'm just trying to clutter everything, doing my usual, sizing a lot of things down, because some things are just cartoonishly large, even with the stuff they use. Sometimes you look at the pots and pans they use versus the pots and pans they gave us to hang up, and I'm just like, why? They're huge. Why? The utensils, they're really bad at the utensils with that, which isn't a bad thing. I just size them down, but I get a little fussy about it. And here I add a little bit more clutter and things. I don't really truly know how usable this kitchen is, but again, we're here for the vibes. We're here for a good time, not a long time. It's all right. That is a drinks tray. I had never seen that drinks tray before, but I think it's really cool, and it fit the vibe immaculately. It was so fitting for this kitchen. I just love the way this kitchen turned out. I could see myself totally engaging with this kitchen. Here I am trying to fight with those roots again. Y'all, what's your idea for hiding these roots? Because I just about lost my mind trying to hide these dang roots. Trying to make it look like they were in a box. I think this is the answer we go with, and then I just bury it in plants. But I honestly can't even remember what I did now, because I think I just gave up. I think I just kind of was like, if we bury it in plants, it'll be fine. And then try to make sure everything stays in the roof, or stays mostly in the roof, was a little bit of a challenge as well. And here I'm just adding more and more clutter, and I just had so much plant clutter and vaguely industrial plant clutter that I wanted to add in. It was so fun. And I will say, there's a fair few things that clip on this shelf. Because I kind of was okay with it. In order to get it to look the way I wanted to in The Sims, I sort of just allowed for the idea that things were gonna clip occasionally, and for the most part we were just gonna sort of be okay with that. It doesn't look bad in my opinion, but if that really freaks you out, you may just have to go in and delete a couple things. Also, if you were to place this down without move objects, half your clutter would disappear. Just worth mentioning. And I totally get it if it freaks you out. That's totally fine. Some people it really does. I'm hit or miss. Some things clipping drive me nuts. Some things clipping I can live with. It really depends. It's kind of sometimes the colors really need to match. Sometimes I don't care. I'm really hot and cold on that. It kind of depends. I've chilled out quite a bit on the wood tones. For the most part, sometimes it really drives me absolutely bonkers that the wood tones don't match. And sometimes I'm just I can't be bothered to fuss with this. Whatever, they're close enough, So I get it on both sides. If it really bothers you, that's totally fine. And if it doesn't, that's also great. That's super awesome. I'm really pleased for you on that front. I wish it bothered me less often. I did put both of those in because I kind of imagine, like I said, I imagine this being a sunroom. So I was like, it'd be fun to have both of those watering cans filled with flowers in here, even though it's maybe a little bit repetitive. It seemed really cute to me. And of course, the super spiky sunflowers, just because you gotta, and our beautiful pothos, and our, I don't really know what that is. I think I always call it holly in my head, but I don't think you would have holly in a plant, would you? In a pot, rather. And then a bunch of little starts and stuff, and little flower arranging things. I know those are cleaning supplies, but they kind of look like little, like, mini plant foods and stuff. So we rolled with it. We got to use our imagination a little bit. And here's the dog food, the dog treats rather, and I was like, well, if I'm putting dog treats in, maybe I should consider putting, like, bowls in. So I do end up putting dog bowls in here in just a little bit. I put a bucket under there. This is a very detailed kitchen, and therefore, if you try to put it in your game, just be prepared things might explode. You may have to go back and put things back together. I've had a problem even with Move Objects on lately with downloading things off the gallery and just watching like half the clutter disappear and going, why though? Also, I've had a lot of trouble with changing wallpapers making things disappear. So unfortunate. I will never understand why changing wallpaper and flooring will make all of your decor disappear, but it do. Oh, this kitchen just looks so warm and fun. Here's the lighting situation. Here's me realizing my lights were hanging from nothing. So I started trying to put these beams up, which took forever. And I had that same fun issue with this game where it stops recognizing keyboard inputs. I don't know why it does that. I don't have this problem really with other games. Rarely I will have an issue with like maybe Minecraft, but most of the time when I have an issue with keyboard inputs with Minecraft or with another game, it is because my batteries are about to die. This game does it constantly, and I simply do not understand what that is. I really don't know, but it can be the most frustrating thing because I was able to fix it by just going in and out of build mode this time, but sometimes I have to restart the entire game. So what you saw there was me like willing those beams to go up into the ceiling. They're actually wall decor, I believe. They're from the Salvador pack, which is Jungle Adventure? Yeah, I think it's Jungle Adventure. I always call it the Salvador pack, and I never remember the name. But they work out good because I was able to hide the lights in them, like recess the bin, so you had some nice lighting without it just floating, you know? And then I'm adding more of that kitchen clutter, just so much clutter. There is an open cabinet, so they should be able to cook, but your mileage may vary. I didn't actually test this one out. Again, it was for the vibes. I didn't super care if it worked, but I think it should work. It should work fine. There might be some fun pathing stuff, but it should work fine. You know, it occurs to me, I put that bucket under there. I could have probably stuck the trash can in that bucket. I wonder if that would have worked. That would be a fun thing to experiment with. But you could put the trash can right next to that table, or maybe where the dog food is, or maybe under the, like next to the fridge. That would be a good place to put it if you need one. I just absolutely didn't even think about it. So, oh yeah, and I put these up here. Does that mean I get rid of the dog food? I can't remember. No, I think I keep it all. And it does, like I said, clip a little bit. But again, for the vibes, doesn't matter too much. And then we just keep stacking up clutter. I'll be honest with you guys, I have a really massive tickle in my throat happening now. And I have tried to conceal some coughs and some sips of water, but it's not getting any better. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I hope you're having a great day and you're feeling loved. And if you're not feeling loved, please know I love you. I'm glad you exist. I'm glad you hang out. You're making the Sims 4 world and the real world a better place just by being you. Next up should be Minecraft, I think, and then another Sims build. I am working on getting the Nancy Drew stuff up and going. You've probably heard this a couple times now, but it's because I batch record these, so I'm still working on it in the background. But we should have that up. Maybe working soon. I have called in reinforcements to try to get this little game working. But anyways, guys, that's all for me. I hope you're having a great day. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay, love you. Bye.